After defeating the Tree Sentinel, our two heroes, Adam and Isaiah, are weary from the strenuous battle. They seek asylum in the nearest tavern and relax as the boisterous bard plays his whimsical tunes. With that being said,
welcome to episode 5 of Roll for Reflection, the Boisterous Bard. How'd I do?
You did fucking great, dude. How'd that feel?
Nah, dude, it felt powerful. It felt it felt like everything that I needed.
That was my intro.
Oh, dude, I loved it. It was awesome.
Good.
After defeating
We
the
switched
Tree
roles.
Sentinel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll for reflection. Holy fuck.
he said the thing. He said the thing.
He said the thing. No, dude, it is so good to be back. You know, it it hit me last week when we didn't do the stream and we didn't say anything about it. That is on me. I had some shit I needed to take care of. It was really fucking cool when people were messaging me and were like, "Where the fuck is the stream? What is going on? Where the fuck are you guys?"
Yeah.
It was
That
really
is
cool
a
to see
good-
that.
Is it bad that I re-listen to the episodes the day they come out as if I'm not a guest or a co-host on the podcast?
No, you're judging my editing work and all that. You're like, this fucking guy doesn't know how to do shit.
Yeah, that's true.
I was making a joke. Fuck, I didn't know you were being serious.
No, I'm also joking.
I know.
Anyway,
Some news for the stream. The Patreon is growing steady. However, I will say I did the math, and if we don't have more subscribers to the Patreon, we will not reach that $500 goal by the end of the year. Keep in mind that all proceeds are going to be donated to which charity, Isaiah?
the suicide. What was the actual official?
The American Association for Suicide
Prevention.
There we go.
Nailed it.
All money and all
Unprofessional.
proceeds from the Patreon will be donated to that charity. Even if we don't get the 500, it's still going there, so don't worry. But there will be no reward at the end of it for the stream. Excuse me. It's a pretty cool surprise that I have planned out, and I think it would be a really fucking cool thing to do. Targaryen Fox, thank you for the follow, dude. Another thing, where is it? We are currently at 44 followers, 6 more, and we reach our follower goal. I'm gonna say, when we reach our follower goal of 50, we will have our first guest on the podcast. We have a few people lined up right now. Isaiah's doing his part, and he has a few people. Do you want to give a tiny little hint on who they are?
I don't know, but here's a warning sign that possibly could be a few of the members from Warning Signs who just released their first EP.
They just released it, and
It's
you can
really-
check it out on Apple Music, Spotify, and I think YouTube as well, can't they?
I think so. And also, I've listened to it multiple times when I was at work today.
I've
It was
listened
really
to
fun.
it about 6 times. It was my gym song. Dude, it was amazing.
Yeah. I really liked Blood Rag is really fun, and then Mouth Tape I liked a lot.
I liked Mouth Tape.
Yeah, they go crazy.
But you
on
should
that one.
totally go and check out Warning Signs, as they are good friends. Oops, hello. They are good friends of ours, and we will be having them on the stream soon. I have been doing my due diligence, and I think I might want to keep my guests that I have a surprise, but I can say, UberKC373, thank you for the follow. Look at that. I will say that the guest that I have is an actual mental health professional. So maybe this mental health podcast might have some validity to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my therapist, Angela. And it's just some lady.
It's some, hey guys. Hey guys.
Hi.
Oh,
Angela, what's up?
air horns,
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So Isaiah, you came up with the theme of today's stream. We've been taking some time off, and we've had a lot of time to think about this, and you've actually brought it up before, even before our latest episode, self-reflection. What is the theme for today's session?
So, if you know what a bard is from medieval times, they're a music playing person. So this theme for this week is going to be music and how mental health and music kind of collide. And it's just going to be a fun episode. I just like talking about music a lot.
It's going to be a really fun episode. Now, off the bat, I have questions over here. I asked a couple of people. Salmon, what's up, dude? Good to see you again. Sweet Peach, good to see you again. Targaryen Fox, thank you. Everybody in the chat going crazy.
Oh yeah, dude.
I have a few questions I asked around, and I got some questions that I can ask this stream. But I wanted to ask you in particular, why this topic? Why did this topic ring out to you as hard? I know you said you like music, but I feel like there's something else. Well,
I feel like every single week I bring up either communication or art. That's my favorite little words to say, and I just think art is not only for entertainment or just like, oh cool, look what I can do. It's very much about expression, and there are so many different forms of art. It's not just like painting and drawing, whatever. Like art is so many things. Music is really just fun topic, but also I feel like it's probably one of the bigger ways that you can communicate. Like last week's episode, 2 weeks ago, I talked about fictional characters, which I hope a few people wrote down some stories or made some characters, because that will be such a fun episode. So if you haven't, go back and watch.
To interrupt. We have 3 superhero stories and 5 D&D characters that were sent in from last stream.
That is fucking fantastic. I'm just now hearing that news.
And I was
very excited for that.
The character sheets for the D&D characters, pages of backstory, pages of fucking superhero stories. So
fucking
thank
beautiful,
you guys
dude.
so much for participating in that. We will show all of your characters and all of your heroes love on the stream. Thank you so much for dealing with our bullshit and doing what we say. I don't know any other way to put that. But Isaiah, I don't mean to cut you off once again. There seems to be a celebrity in our chat.
A celebrity?
The drummer from Warning Signs is in our chat. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god.
Holy shit, dude.
Tropical
He
Sponge.
was almost...
Hello.
He was almost a guest for today's episode because it was about music, but we were a little too conflicting schedules.
He decided to be a little jerk and said he doesn't like our podcast and Warning Signs doesn't like us.
Yeah, they constantly post about how much they hate us and how we're a bad podcast, but it's fine, whatever.
They didn't like it when we made the whole I walked Bob Dylan on the stage back in 1974. They didn't like that. He said, simmer down, simmer down.
What is that one TikTok where it's like, shake your dreads, ladies.
Ladies. Oh, fuck. I've heard it like 9 million times. It's a nonchalant dreadhead.
Yeah. Leave me alone type shit. I love those videos.
Oh my gosh. They're unironically so funny.
I know. But yeah, no, so I just chose it because it's like, with some of the lyrics that I've heard from some of my favorite songs, I don't want to give it away. I have a few of these questions. I'll probably answer it with these questions. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Let's have you answer a question first. It is your topic, so let's have you start it off.
That is true. The first question I had was kind of an easier one to answer. Name a song or a few lyrics that made you feel heard and why.
Ooh.
Yes. Another thing before we actually get into the questions, I think me and you should make Spotify playlist of songs that we really connect with, so our audience can go and listen to them and maybe find a few new favorite songs and get to know us a little better. That's for after this episode, but
Sure.
just an idea.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
I like it. I think that's fucking awesome.
Yes.
Some lyrics.
Okay,
Do you want me to go first?
I can go first, and then you go to yours.
Yeah, give me some time to think about it. Let me look through my songs.
Yes. So there's a lot of songs, and most likely will be on the playlist that I'm talking about. The first one that really comes to mind for me is, have you ever heard Institutionalized by Suicidal Tendencies?
Yes, I have.
It's a pretty classic, like rock, punk, metal song.
It's a very good song.
And it's a very good song. But at the same time, it's not as much of a song as it's more of a rant or kind of venting with instrumental behind it, and then like a chorus thrown in. So if you listen to the actual song, if you know what song I'm talking about, the whole song, he doesn't really like rhyme, or there's not a lot of like lyrical structure to it. It's just him going off on this big rant, but it's still considered a song. And I remember the first time I heard that. I've always been into like rock and metal and stuff, and there's like some Slipknot songs. They're like one of my favorite bands, but there's not a lot of songs that I'm like, I really, oh my God, that they get me. 'Cause most of the time they're singing about the devil or
Yeah.
music labels or something.
Exactly.
With this song, it was made in like the 80s, around that period, an older song. It still holds up to this day with, I'm sure teenagers today still go through the same things that he's talking about in the song. So a lot of the lyrics are like, his mother is accusing him of like being on drugs, and he's like in his room, and he's just, I'm just thinking, I'm just thinking, and she goes, no, you're on drugs. When I was a kid, especially teenage years, I was just, not just by like my mom or dad or anything, there was a lot of people that just thought I was on drugs when I was a kid. I didn't even drink until I turned 21. That was all like my friends were doing the crazy stuff when we were kids.
Even when I met you at that New Year's party, you weren't drinking.
I was drinking then. That's when I like first started drinking. Me and you met when I had like just turned 21, like a few months prior.
Yeah, because I am young.
I was definitely. Oh, do you remember I broke Justin's door?
I do remember that. You busted right through
That was-
fucking
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I was definitely drinking that night.
Context isn't needed.
No, I'm not going to explain myself. Didn't do it on purpose, but that's the only thing I'll say.
I will
it was funny.
say, he didn't run through the door. He walked through the door, and it just fucking exploded off of its frame.
Okay, so I guess we are doing context.
No, that's fine, that's
this
fine.
guy right here.
No.
No. Oh, do you not want me to say?
No, go for it. It's fine.
Okay, so we were all out on the front porch, and it was just pitch black out, and we were all goofing off outside, and then you were kind of slumped over in a chair, and you're like, my stomach hurts, and I was like, do you want me to go get you some water? And you're like, yes. I said,
please
okay.
Give me some water.
And then I turned around very calmly, very slowly, and I was walking in through the front door, and I just feel something just going around my face, and it was the screen, and then like whatever the door is made out of, like aluminum or something, it was just like crumbling like a soda can. And I just felt so bad because it's like, dude, I was trying to be helpful. I wasn't even being like crazy.
Tropical Sponge
And then
in
there's
the
a
chat.
video.
He definitely had some beef with that door. He was telling me about it on the way there. On site.
On site, dude. No, I was trying to be helpful, and there's a video of him and Justin trying to fix the door, and then it pans over to me, and I'm giggling like a fucking rat, and it's my favorite video. I'm like, it was very fun night. That's probably one of my favorite like drinking stories. Anyway, yeah, no, so I just want people to like go and listen to the song. I probably should have wrote some lyrics down, but it's like the entire time it's just like this really angsty kind of thing, and he's talking about like, you know, some things just don't work out. I try really hard and they just don't work out, and all these people try to talk to me and they go, Mike, you know, if you want to talk about it, I'm here. And you probably feel a lot better if you talk about it, so why don't you just talk about it? And he goes, no, I'm okay, I don't want to, you know, I'll figure it out. So it's like, that's seriously like some of the lyrics of the rant. I just remember just the first time I heard that, I was like, this fucking song from the 80s is hitting me so hard right now, because it's not, the song's about like depression and mental health, but it's not like that kind of romanticized like emo music where it's like, oh, I'm so sad, like, and that's the depth of the lyrics.
If you leave me, just know that I will cut myself. There's a song to where it's actually like that.
Is that the lyrics?
No. That's not the actual lyrics, but it is very similar.
Oh my god! And no disrespect to that kind of music either. I actually like a lot of emo stuff, but
that's how I know of the song.
Yeah, like it's just very romanticized and kind of goofy, but in like a fun way. But with the institutionalized, they represent that struggle of just being just a misunderstood kind of teenager so well, to where it's not just, oh, I'm sad, oh, I'm fucking depressed. It's not that. It's just a very honest, just real portrayal. And then like my favorite segment, which is a lot of people's favorite segment, is he's asking his mom for a Pepsi. He's like, please just give me a Pepsi. And she goes, no, I don't want to. And he'll go, please, mom. And it's just such a random thing to be thrown in there. And I love it so much.
Phase, LOL. It's not a phase. It's a lifestyle.
The fucking lifestyle. Hair flip.
Yeah.
I
and then
really
it goes
like
right
that
back
song.
in the same spot.
Really does.
Definitely try and find some lyrics from it while I talk about my song.
Okay.
So unlike, I am a metal fan. I love metal music. I love all types of metal music. That is primarily what I listen to. But I also listen to a lot of country as well. I do like country music, but it depends. It very much depends on the artist. One of my favorite country artists, if not my favorite, is Colter Wall. You might have heard him. He went viral for his hit song, The Devil Wears a Suit and Tie, to where he starts off and he's got this really deep voice and he's like, well, Reverend. He's a really good artist. But one of the songs that he has called Corralling the Blues, I related so much to the beginning of this song, and I'll read the lyrics for you. I might get to thinking that I could quit drinking, but then what else is there to do? And it's this contemplation that spurs conversation with the ceiling that I've been talking to. And if I keep my hands working, it holds off the hurting till the work is all but through. But when the day's at a close and I'm all alone, you can guess where my mind wanders to. And I heard that, and the first time I heard that song, I was going through a drinking problem. And this is just my interpretation of the lyrics, but if it wasn't laid out plainly already, that he's having a drinking problem. And drinking is one of the ways that he can cope with what he's doing. And the loneliness through the drinking is there as well. And when I was going through my drinking problem, whenever I would sit down and I would have a glass of whiskey, my back would stop hurting, and I would finally have that moment as I laid back in my chair, and it was such a strong realization to showing you what is actually going on, because you can be going through some things, even like a drinking problem or maybe a mental health issue, and you don't know exactly what's going on. You know that something's wrong, you know that something isn't exactly right, but you don't know. And it's crazy how you can hear a song a country song like that, just out of nowhere. It popped up on my Apple Music one day, and he just starts fucking laying into me about what's going on in my life, and it's spoken so plainly at that point, to where I'm sitting here and I'm like, fuck, man, I do have a problem. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And after that, I did lay off of liquor and just alcohol in general for a while, and I can say that I am very, very much better. I don't want to sit here and say that I was an addict, but I had some type of problem. I never officially got it checked out or anything like that, but it was getting pretty bad. But this little country song pulled me out of that rut, only because the point of this podcast, you know, there was other people going through the same thing as me. I think that guy's in his 20s still. You know, it's like someone as young as us and can go through the same things, and it's that familiarity and thinking, wow, you know, I'm not the only person going through this. There's people around me, people much more successful than me even, who are going through this, and they're pushing along, so I can too.
Hell yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I found the whole song really, but I found specific lyrics that I wanted to talk about in mine.
Go for it. Let's hear it. Give me a Pepsi, Mom.
So, pretty much, I'm more of a Coke man myself.
I like me a good Dr.
So, it's gonna sound like I'm just talking normally, but this is how the song goes.
All right,
I'm sitting in my room. My mom and my dad came in. They pulled up a chair and they sat down. They go, Mike, we need to talk to you. I go, okay, what's the matter? They go, me and your mom, we've been noticing lately that you've been having a lot of problems, and you've been going off for no reason, and we're afraid you're going to hurt yourself. Or we're afraid you're going to hurt somebody, and we're afraid you're going to hurt yourself. So we decided that it would be in your best interest if we could put you somewhere where you can get the help that you need. And I go, wait, what are you talking about? We decided my best interest? How do you know what my best interest is? How can you say what my best interest is? What are you trying to say? I'm crazy? This is just a long thing.
Yeah, keep going.
When I went to your schools, I went to your churches, I went to your institutional learning facilities, so how can you say I'm crazy? That's just a big segment in it. I have had like a lot of those talks, especially we're afraid you're going to hurt somebody and we're afraid you're going to hurt yourself, and going off for no reason. That was very much me as a teenager. I wasn't physically hurting anybody, but I was definitely like, you know, an asshole when I was that age, because I was just like, I like to imagine that it's kind of when you're at that age and you're going through certain shit, and you also have just hormones kind of amping up how you feel. It kind of feels like you're a wounded animal a little bit,
yeah.
like you're kind of in a corner, and it's just...
I'll call myself out on this, as well as everybody else, even you, Isaiah. I'll see how this goes. I think that a lot of people in their early teenage years also romanticize the mental illnesses aspect that you were talking about earlier.
Right.
I feel like when we're younger, when we're going through something like this, you know, depending on how you grow up, or, you know, who you have around you as your support system, I feel like yearning for that pain so that you could receive love is huge. Is huge in, you know, teenagers and younger people. I did it. I was going through specific things when I was younger. Some of it was real. Some of it I also romanticized, because I knew that I'm not getting help currently with what is actually wrong with me. So I will play into this so that I can get the help that I want. Not the help that I needed, but the help that I wanted. And it's so hard to, as a young person, understand what is actually going on. So you bring that up in the song lyrics of, well, I went to your institutions, I went to your schools, I went to your churches. You know, it's hard to look from the outside looking in on anybody, but especially for somebody younger.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just want to throw my input in on there.
No. You're good. I think everybody romanticizes depression to a certain degree. Like no, like not even just teenagers, but you know, I'm guilty of it. You're guilty of it. You know, but it's not to say that it's not valid or you're not actually going through something. But I feel like I think the reason people romanticize all that is one, just I hate when people are like, oh, they're just doing it for attention. Okay, give them the attention then.
Yeah,
you know, if that's like it's not the best, right? Like, even though it's not the best way or the most healthy way of expressing yourself, that is, if it's a cry for help, then and you realize that it's a cry for help, then why are you ignoring it? You know what I mean?
Why are you saying they're an attention, WHORE? Why are you saying that when they're literally saying, I don't feel okay, I don't want to be here anymore? That's not being an attention whore. That is me saying I need help. Fucking help.
I like that you spell it the first time.
I don't know. I don't know how I don't like using that word all that much.
That's fair. But before I finish that, the thing you said about like, you know, people talking about it and accusing them of, well, they're just an attention whore or whatever. It doesn't even have to be just like direct towards whoever you know is going through something or say that, you know, says they're going through something.
Yeah.
When I was a kid and people would talk, like, the way people have talked about mental health and suicide and depression is really damaging. I think it's gotten a little bit better, but when I was a kid, when did Chester Bennington die? The Linkin Park.
2000. I want to say
it was
like
14.
The 2010s, but let me look it up.
I think it was 14. Let's just say it is. I heard so often he was a rock star and he had everything. He had these kids. He's selfish for leaving those kids behind. 2017. And you know, just all this talk about, you know, he's selfish and all his music is just a cry for help. Or like, even I had a guitar teacher when I was a kid who just hated Nirvana for some reason. He just, oh yeah, they're a bunch of whiny.
I was about to bring.
They're a bunch of whiny kids. Nirvana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he was just like,
yo, go ahead. I'll bring up my shit later. After you're
good. It would just like, not like, it didn't hurt my feelings or anything because I just wanted to learn a few Nirvana songs, but he would like jokingly kind of rag on them. Yeah, they're a bunch of whiny kids. I'm like, okay, one, I don't think anyone who has that kind of view of Nirvana actually listens to Nirvana, because it's not all, I'm depressed, I'm grungy. Like, if you actually listen to a record, yeah, they'll have that stuff in there, but
it's beautiful.
It's not, it's gorgeous, you know.
It's beautiful. But the lyricism on some of these songs, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And a lot of the songs were not even about Kurt being depressed. It was about like feminism and progressive views and like personal experience that he had growing up. I think because he killed himself, so many people were just like, "Oh, that's the whiny suicidal band." And you're like,
because even in 2017, I want to say, from my experience and my knowledge, I could be wrong. So if you are in the chat and I am wrong, please feel free to correct me so that I have the proper information. The suicide epidemic within younger people.
For those who want more out of every moment this summer,
ad on my music. Ew. It started around that time in 2017 when we were going through school, I want to say. And around the time that Kurt Cobain died, you know, suicide was still such a enigma, I want to say. It was more of, it didn't really happen all that often. So that I think it makes me really mad when people are like, oh, his wife killed him. Suicide he would never do something so fucking stupid. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, okay, I get a conspiracy theory and all that. I get it. But this is a real problem that's going on within the most famous people in the world. like Kurt Cobain, and we're copying it off as, you know, something else when we know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
I wanted to bring
way,
that up.
yeah, just like hearing. I know I don't just want to keep using the same like kind of, you know, not trigger words. Just something that people say a lot is the stigma. That really did affect me, like growing up, not just with suicide or depression or something, but like anytime I heard, you know, like it'd be like fat jokes or just joking about like my dad. We would watch American Dad all the time, and are you familiar with American Dad?
Yeah.
Did you watch it? So the whole joke with Steve is he's a nerd and can't play sports and can't, you know, he's not manly and everything. We would be watching that and my dad would laugh way too hard at like I can't play baseball. Like there is a certain joke. Yeah, there was a certain joke where Stan is like having a nightmare sequence or whatever, and it's like Steve on a baseball field, and he goes, "Watch me play throw," and he goes, and he throws it. My dad would like rewind that part and laugh really hard, and I'd just be staring at him like, "Yeah, like, yeah, man." I'm sure I don't think he meant anything by it, but there was just like, I feel like you got to be careful around, you know, the kind of stuff that you consume or the stuff that you say indirectly about someone or something. Can kind of like affect the people around you. Like, oh no, like if I start to say I wasn't into all the fantasy and D&D stuff, or better example, like if I were to be like, yeah, everyone who fucking watches anime and reads Berserk and like just super specific stuff to you, I'm not saying it to you, but if I'm like, they're all fucking weirdos and losers,
what a bunch of weebs.
Yeah, like, it's not, yeah. So I just feel like that kind of translates a little bit to just how we viewed suicide. I think it's getting a little better just with more information.
So. What is it? 2
I
every
hope so.
minute?
Yeah. So I don't know.
It's insane.
Yeah, just like
the amount of suicides that have happened since I've been in South Korea are insane.
Yeah.
Between American citizens and Koreans.
Yeah.
Is there to where they're trying to motivate people? Do I think that Chapel Roan gives a singular fuck about what her listeners are going through and if they actually take her advice? No, I don't. I don't think a lot of artists really care. Some do, and I will not discredit them for thinking that way because I don't know them. I don't know how they think, but this is just my assumption from the type of music that they make as well as the way that they present themselves on the internet. Because the internet is the only place that we get to see what they're like, because we don't know them. So, with the new motivational music, cool. Go get your bag, sis. You know, shit like that. And it's like, she knows we're fucking broke. Sorry, we can't all be fucking amazing singers and all of that. And even back then, it's like they weren't telling us how to do it, but it just felt different, you know? It felt like they cared about what they were saying, and I feel, because all these songs that these artists are singing, they're written by other people. These are not songs that these people wrote, like a good majority of them.
I get so upset finding out that other people wrote songs for like some of the artists that I like. I get so sad. Not even just like the instrumental part of it, but just like the lyrics were written by some of them. I'm like, man.
Yeah, and that's why
I don't know.
I try not to relate to any musicians because half the shit they're singing about they didn't even write. You know?
Yeah.
We don't know if that's something that they relate to or if it's something that the writer knows will get the eye of the public, and then your song's gonna blow up. You know?
Yeah, like you just like the lyrics, but not the actual performer as much.
I guess. I don't want to come off as a fucking jaded old man being like, these new kids fucking suck. But, you know, at the same time, I kind of am. I don't like the way
23-year-old jaded man.
Yeah. I'm 22. I turned 23 in 14 days.
Love the math going on in your head right there.
Do the fucking frog.
When is your birthday?
The 23rd.
23rd. So we're both August babies? I didn't know that.
Yeah. When's your birthday, buddy?
Ooh, the 16th.
Isaiah
donate to the Patreon.
If you donate to the Patreon, Isaiah is going to make a nudie calendar. We already talked about it. It's decided. He's making a nudie calendar that we will be selling on the Patreon.
That is true.
We're just kidding. That's not real.
I'm not kidding.
Oh. Okay.
I need money.
Same.
What question were we on? We've been derailed.
I guess my question was, what do you think about the current motivational freedom fighter type musicians compared to the older ones?
I don't know. I mean, I think I already kind of answered. I think there's good and bad in every generation. Like there were a lot of posers back in like the 80s, 90s, you know, whatever. I do agree with you that a lot of music today, a lot of the popularized music is kind of corporate, safe. That's the word. When art is safe, it's fucking boring. You know what I mean? Like,
fucking dare somebody to make some Rage Against the Machine music these days.
have you seen the Irish band, Kneecap? Where they've just been like kind of banned. Okay, so there's been like a lot of controversy around them because they are talking about free Palestine. They went to, what is that? Coachella, I think. Is that like the fancy rich, the rich white kid
$4,000 fucking dollars for a ticket or something like that?
Yeah.
To sit in some grass.
Yeah. So they started playing like free Palestine just on the mic or on the big screen, and now they're getting like searched and all these warrants and shit. Like they're. It's so annoying. I like those guys. If you want some Rage Against the Machine stuff in modern day, look up Kneecap. They are fucking awesome.
You could also there's I feel like a band that talks about a lot of current stuff too, but kind of hides it behind their lyricism is Whitechapel.
Yes. Also, Jesse. What is that kid's name? Give me a second. He's in my freaking thing. Hold on. Jesse Wells. Look up the song "War Isn't Murder." That is a great song. He is truly like an artist. You know, I can tell the difference between like a dude that sings and then a fucking artist. He's an artist. I love Jesse Wells so much. Well, that's my answer.
I will say, we are at the 50-minute mark. For all of you that are still here, I do apologize, but this session is going to be shorter because Isaiah sucks and would rather be doing something else than hanging out with us. So we're going to be on our last question, and we're going to make it a quick one.
We're already in the 50. That's so crazy.
50 minutes, and...
Shit.
Yeah,
Shit.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. We have one last question. While Isaiah...
We can make it a two-parter.
Yeah, we can. And while Isaiah looks for his question, I'll explain to you guys. I found out a way for us to do our little gaming stream. We want to start doing a very long stream in one day. I want it to be at least like 4 or 5 hours of us playing a game or something, and it's going to be mainly to boost channel, get the channel a bit more popular, but we'll be having donation goals and all that to try and upgrade our equipment for the podcast and all of that. So everything, all the money that is being made, we would split it and buy any upgrades that we need for our setups so that we can make the podcast higher quality. And then also, I think there's like a streamathon thing or whatever I can do with Patreon, to where we can try and boost those numbers to get more donations for the American Association for Mental Health or Suicide Prevention. Keep in mind that proceeds from the Patreon are going to that charity, but only through the Patreon. Everything else, we're going to prioritize getting our setup more professional, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Meh.
I just hope we do a couple 100,000 episodes and then look back on these first few episodes and being like, why didn't I have this cool setup? Or the first episode, I was in a costume. We're gonna do costumes.
Yeah, mine is
soon.
on the way. Mine is on the way.
On the way. Okay.
I am going to be a warlock.
Until then, it's Metallica and Slipknot hats.
Exactly.
Yeah. I found the question.
My camping shirt.
Beautiful. Want to go camping?
Oh, dude, I would love to go. Do you want to go camping?
Fucking love to go camping. Me and Cade have been planning, wanting to go on a trip to Hocking Hills or something. That'd be really fun.
Even better. How about you guys fly out here to South Korea and we go camping in the jungles of Korea?
Dude, you read my fucking mind. We're doing that next week.
Oh, dude, I'll see you next week. The plane ticket's only $2,000, so I'll see you then.
I got it laying around. I'll dig through a shoebox and find $2,000.
I think I have $2,000 worth of quarters in my fucking couch cushion, maybe.
That's so many quarters.
I'll open my social security.
So, sorry, we're doing a shorter episode today. But I have a good last question.
All right.
Why is negative music important?
Negative music.
When I'm negative music, I don't know if you've heard this phrase, but I know just people in that listen to rock or metal growing up, or just sad songs in general, they heard some variation of the phrase it's that damn music that's making you depressed, or it's that music that why you're so angry, or why do you listen to sad stuff all the time if you want to be happy and all that. I've heard some variation either through my parents or through teachers, something like that. I think negative music, I say negative, that's just for lack of a better term, angry music, sad music. I think it's so important to know that I think it's, especially kids, it's not that they're listening to that kind of stuff because they want to be depressed or they want to be this angry person or, something like that. Or maybe they do. Maybe it is a little bit of a rebellious thing. But I think the reason why people gravitate towards that kind of music with that kind of emotion is, I think you said it earlier, is that you feel someone else is going through it. Mm-hmm. Someone else who can play a badass. Yeah. Someone who can play a fucking badass guitar and has cool screaming vocals and a cool drum kit. You feel a little bit more heard. And there are some songs, I mean, in general, I listen to a lot of different stuff, but there are specifically metal or punk or old, rock songs that it just feels good to listen to someone scream their lungs out. You can they're screaming so loud and so aggressively, you can kind of feel it in your chest just by listening to it. Yeah. That you can't scream when you're alone in your room and you hate your body and you're going through shit and then,
you're just stuck
someone was
with yourself.
Yeah, when you're alone in your room and you're just going through some shit, you can't just let that out or people are gonna fucking call the cops or something. Yeah. Or you don't want to express those emotions at all, and you don't want people to know that you're going through that kind of stuff, so you just listen to someone else kind of put it into words for you. Dude, sometimes some of my favorite parts of songs don't even have lyrics. It's just a guy screaming as hard as he can. Yeah, there's this Slipknot. It's not necessarily a song. It's more of an intro to the album. Mm-hmm. Look up Slipknot 505, and it's seriously just the Sid, the DJ, just screaming over and over in this kind of creepy hellscape kind of thing.
Yeah.
just hearing that is like I can listen to that and be like, I relate to that. Like that's something that goes through my head.
Dude, what he
No,
said.
No, I swear to God, like there are some parts of songs where I'm just like, I just need to hear someone be aggressive right now because I can't be, or I can't, I'm at work and I just need to hear someone. It's an outlet.
I just fucking agree with you. Isn't it crazy? Like you said, you can relate to these lyrics. It has fucking nothing to do with what is actually going on, but you relate to the anger.
Yeah.
So
like it, sometimes it's just raw emotion.
Like for me, do you know the band To The Grave?
I think I've heard a few things by them, but I'm not
One
super
of my
familiar.
most favorite bands in the world, To The Grave. And they have this song called Heart Eater. And if you don't mind, I'd like to read a few of the lyrics. I will preface though. I relate to this song on so many different levels, but not literally. All right, You ready? The first couple lyrics of the song are: I tore her fucking heart out and took a bite out of it, spat it back in her face because it tasted like shit. I grabbed a handful of shards of broken glass and scratched 666 into her wrist when she took my hand. You're my canvas, this knife my paintbrush, and you'll be my fucking masterpiece. Listening to that, you're like, ugh, cringe, whatever. But when you feel the raw emotion that is behind the lyrics and the pain that it sounds like this person is going through, I doubt Buddy actually grabbed somebody and is like fucking cutting some lady up. It's a metaphor for something, and he probably doesn't even explain what it is. But I can relate off of that anger and hate, especially when I'm working out, because I have a really unhealthy thought process while I'm working out. I look at myself in the mirror and I go, "You're a fucking disgusting freak, and I hate you, and I hate the way you look." And then I work out harder and I get angry, and then everything, it's very unhealthy and I don't recommend doing it. However, it's just
Thank you for the disclaimer.
It's just what I do.
Imagine one of those TikTok videos about like, get ready with me,
Get
Jim,
ready
and
with
it's
me.
just you fucking
I hate
punching
you.
Yeah. One quick thing about, I actually know that song that you're talking about, those lyrics.
Yeah.
Crazy thing about that is they didn't write those. Do you know who originally wrote those lyrics?
Who?
Taylor Swift. Can you fucking believe that?
No, I don't believe you.
Yeah, she wrote it and
I
gave
don't
it.
believe you.
No, she did. She did. She wrote all of those lyrics, and that was her.
I'm googling that.
I'm kidding.
Okay, I was like, that's a fucking lie, dude.
I wanted to say Paul McCartney at first, but I don't fuck him.
I was gonna shit if I Google it and it's like Taylor Swift is the original. I was like, what the fuck?
I just like bullshit, and I'm sorry.
Have you ever heard the band Netherwalker?
No. That sounds cool though.
Not T Swift. Yeah, not T Swift. They are a fantasy.
I'm telling you.
A fantasy metal band. So
Ooh.
in one of the songs, it is some crazy fucking metal and vocals. But in one of their songs, Tavern, the whole point of the song is that they're running from evil wizards and they're trying to hide in the tavern, and they know they're going to have to fight and they're probably going to die. So I think one of the lyrics is like, "Bartender, pour me a drink, for this might be my last." The evil wizards are coming for us. It's insane,
Yeah.
but it's so good at the same time.
Evil wizards are the funniest thing to me. I don't know why.
Fireball.
Fuck you, you're a worm now. Like, I don't know why.
Fuck you. I will turn you into a grub.
Wizards are just so funny to me. I don't know what, like, just like the really like wacky zany ones.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I love a good wizard that like lost their mind, kind of.
Yeah.
Testicular contortion.
Casting shit that's not even magic. He just like pulls out a gun and shoots you.
Syndrome.
I cast bullet, and then he just shoots you in the leg.
I cast 45 ACP.
I cast your credit went down.
Oh no, my credit's already low. Please don't do this to me, evil wizard.
I took a shit in your car.
I
just
actually
a
pissed
menace.
in your Cheerios.
This is gonna be the new Jarvis thing.
Jarvis. Cast testicular contortion.
I cast your dad isn't proud of you. All right. This is such a
I cast
unhinged
overdraft
episode.
fees on your debit account. No! Why would they give me overdraft fees if I don't have any money in the first place? Now I can't pay them back.
This is a dumb episode. I'm having a lot of fun, but
Dude, my cheeks are still hurting so much.
does not have the same vibe. I cast Steve Austin kill chickens.
Oh, the fucking.
From last episode. Dude, I was listening to the episode again today while I was at work, and that part came on, and it was just so fun. Also, to clarify, we said something about, I was talking about it. I didn't kill the chickens; they were already dead. So
Yeah, somebody did ask me that.
I just
after the session.
I
They're
just
like,
buried them.
Did he kill the chickens?
No, if someone told me to kill any of the animals, I would have just left. I would have walked out
Yeah.
immediately.
He worked out a rule, King,
yeah.
for any new viewers that didn't see last session.
Yeah. So yeah, no, just a lot of the livestock would just die just because they're like the runt of the litter, and I had to throw them away in a trash compactor. Such good vibes on this podcast.
Love that. And we're dealing with
Yeah,
it. And we're reflecting and we're talking and we have all of you guys here. So we're having a good time. Today, yeah, you were right. Today isn't as deep as an episode, but I feel like there's a lot to be happy for right now, specifically with the podcast and how well that we're doing. We're not going fucking viral. We're not getting 7 fucking million views per episode or anything like that. But it's, I think Isaiah stated it perfectly in a few episodes ago. You said that this is the biggest project that I've worked on, and it's the one I'm most excited for. And
Yes.
I would have to agree that, to some people it may not seem like that big of a project. To some it may seem like, something they could do on the side, but for us it's more than that. And I feel like we're just really happy to be back after our week off.
Yeah.
But
Which, we're just people too. Like, this isn't our full-time gig, so there are going to be... It is very flattering to know that you got texts from your viewers being like, where are you guys today?
Yeah.
My cousin texts me like every Friday, are you guys streaming tonight? I'm like, yes. It's just really flattering to know that people are really vibing with our stuff. And I know, like, if there are podcasts I'm listening to and they miss a day, like one of my favorite podcasts is the Blind Boy podcast. He's like this Irish guy. If he misses a day, I'm just like, what? Where's my podcast? So it's very,
what do I do?
it's very sick that, people that have that kind of the vibe with us.
Yeah. It's flattering and it's surprising more than anything.
Yeah.
I didn't think that you and I I thought that you had a very charismatic nature of yourself. So I was relying on you to kind of bring the energy to the podcast, which you've done very well. But when people say that they like my side of it too, it's very it's very flattering. Salmon, I want the first autograph. You know what? I'll make everybody a deal. When we clip this now, if you guys know how to clip things, clip it.
Amy?
We will make a promise, me and Isaiah, right now. When we, pinky promise, stamp it, wink. When we become more popular and we are able to provide these, we will create merchandise, some shirts, some hoodies, or whatever. We're saying this now. The first 50 can come with a little signature block, as well as some gifts. I had some ideas for some merchandise. I really wanted to make minis, like D&D minis that people can use on their maps and all that.
Of us.
No, maybe not of us.
Of us.
Yeah, of us.
There's a whole D&D board of like, fantasy characters, and then just me and you with our little mics.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
But yeah, first 50 when we get to that point. But if you guys want to share the stream and the YouTube and the Patreon and all that, and
Sure.
share it with your people. There's no pressure at all, by the way, to feel like you have to follow the Patreon or anything like that. There is no pressure. You guys are more than welcome to come to our stream and also watch our YouTube videos. But
No pressure, but if you don't, I will kill myself on live.
you can't say that. You can't fucking say that. Well, we almost had affiliate on Twitch, guys. That's out the fucking window now. That's gone. We're not getting fucking affiliate anymore.
I'm so sorry. I take it back. I'm
Twitch,
sorry.
Please.
No pressure, but I do know where you live. You personally watching this.
Isaiah, they don't know that I know this life hack.
I have a gun.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. No, but it's very cool to see. And we did get a clip, the Pinky Promise.
Good.
We're very. I know it's such a small audience right now, and a lot of these people are friends or people that Isaiah and I know, but it's very. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but I love you guys, everybody that's watching. Because if it was just me and Isaiah in a empty fucking Twitch live with nobody watching, I want to say we would still have the same energy, and it would be
100%.
Still so much fun. If anything, we'd have a bit more because now people aren't watching us. So, but for the people that are watching, for me, I can't speak for Isaiah, but it's a feeling of acceptance as well. There have been a lot of times to where my thoughts and my opinions weren't accepted, and it's who I was, and it's how I felt and all of that, and it's it's very comforting knowing that I can come into this stream and talk with one of my best buddies, and also talk with all of our friends we have in our chat. It's very comforting.
Very, very, very.
Isaiah, do you have any closing notes for episode 5 of Roll for Reflection?
You know what? Not really. Maybe a little. Just
Fuck you guys. See ya.
Just no, just revamping. Please share. Like, that does go a long way. I was talking to someone was a pretty big fan of the show, and she was talking about like sharing it with her friends and talking about like I want to share it with my class. Like, she's in college too, and it's just like, it's really nice to hear that. Not only like you kind of feel like you're being pandered to when it's like your friends or family kind of thing. Oh yeah, I'll watch your stream or whatever. Mm-hmm. But when they're like, I've been showing it to strangers online. Not strangers, but like strangers to us. Like, I've been showing it to my friends who I think would like the podcast, and then their friends watch it, and then they tell the original person how much they like the show, and I think that shit's just really cool. It helps a lot.
It is.
So yeah, just please share, put it on your Instagram stories, send it, tell your friends about it. Word of mouth goes so much farther than people realize. Like, even if you don't subscribe to the Patreon or donate, like, you can still help out tremendously just by spreading the word of for reflection.
For reflection, and keep in mind that this podcast is meant to help people, and it's meant to make others know that you're not alone in thinking the things that you think, and that even though we're not professionals in the mental health field, we can still give some advice and maybe some comfort to those. So within sharing this our podcast, just know that we're trying to help, and so we really appreciate it by you guys sharing.
Yes. And just one more thing. I'm so excited and also so appreciative that people did the prompt. I didn't know if anyone would do it or not. I didn't know if they'd be excited about it, or they thought that, like, the fact. How many did you say we had? Like three full stories, and then like
three superhero stories, and then 5 D&D characters were made. So
like, that's insane. That's going to be a whole episode on its own. I'm so excited for that.
You can go back an episode and rewatch it, but I will tell all of the people who are currently watching the stream now, Isaiah gave some homework to our viewers, and it was to create a story. Well, why don't you explain your part, and I'll explain the D&D character part.
So the question that we were on when I brought up this topic was, what are some of your favorite fictional characters, and how do their stories and like why you like them communicate something about you? And I went off on a big tangent about Batman characters and shit. The homework I gave was people have like kind of a weird stigma around journaling. I've experienced it, and then other people that I've just heard, they're like, I don't want to journal. It'll make me feel corny, or I'm an adult, I don't need to journal. It's like I have a diary. Like, there's a lot of negative talk around journaling when it really does help so much. My kind of, not even homework, I'd say like challenge to our viewers was to write a story in the perspective of maybe a superhero or a D&D character that's more fitting, and try to translate whatever problem that you're going through or have went through, or just something that you struggle with. If you can put it in the perspective of a different character, so it kind of takes that edge off of talking about it yourself, right? Like the realism of it. We would love to read the story. We're going to dedicate a whole episode to just reading about people's stories and characters, and we can kind of analyze it and wonder like, oh, well, what were they going through? Or what do you think they're trying to say with this story? It's really just a journal entry. So yeah, that's the project. I am so excited, and that's just so cool that we already have like a few things to read. Yeah. So excited for that one.
If you guys would like, people in this stream as well can absolutely write a prompt, make a story, send it to us. You can always send it to us on rollforreflection@gmail.com. That is where I'm going to be receiving majority of the questions that we answer on stream, as well as these prompts. And then if you would like to make a D&D character and plug that story into it, you can always use dndbeyond.com. It is a very simple app to use. You'll go into dndbeyond.com, and then you will create a character, and there is a beginner course to where it will show you how to create a character. We're not sponsored by D&D Beyond at all. I just really fucking love that website, and it is a really good website. So yeah, for the people currently watching it, if you want to create a story for us and journal some of the things that you're going through, and you want to put it into a story craft, we would absolutely love to read those on stream.
Yes. All right. Yeah. So that's all I gotta say.
All that's left for me is the boring stuff. Be sure to email us any questions or stories that you have at rollforreflection@gmail.com. The Patreon can be accessed at rollforreflection.com, or patreon.com/rollforreflection.
You just had a whole breakdown with that 2-minute stare. Another thing, I finally have the Instagram up and running. That is Roll for Reflection Official. Nothing capitalized or anything. Blah, 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 blah,
Yes.
blah, blah.
So we have
Roll for Reflection Official.
We have the email, Roll for Reflection. We have the Patreon, Roll for Reflection. The Instagram, Roll for Reflection Official, as well as our TikTok, Roll for Reflection Official. Obviously, you are here with us now on Twitch, but you can also go to our account in our bio, and our YouTube channel is linked in that bio, Roll for Reflection on YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. It really does mean a lot to have you guys coming back and continuing to watch us. And soon we will find out a way to upload maybe twice a week, and we'll see what we can get done. But thank you, everybody, so much for joining us on today's episode of Roll for Reflection. You're always welcome at our table. Have a good day.